Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I hope you guys are well and warm. Kicking it fly today. Welcome back to another weekly installment of Everything Canna this week. If you guys are new here, every single Friday I like to go live. Well, no, every second Friday I like to go live. And I like to take an opportunity to hash out what a lot of people ain't talking about. And that is canna-news. Now, of course, YouTube doesn't like when we talk about this kind of stuff. So we hide through innuendos and we keep things censored where we can. But nonetheless, I feel like this is an important conversation to have, whether it's surrounding our plant, our culture, our community. And I think we're going to hash it out here. There is a lot going on in the nudes this week. If you guys have been paying attention, everything from NBA allowing legal herb to lawmakers pushing for psychedelics for veterans to lawmakers being arrested for taking bribes for legalization. Yes, it's happening, and we're going to talk about it here. One stop shop. Before I get too far into this, though, I do want to let you guys know that a brand new episode of Highly Motivated dropped today. Yes, Highly Motivated. New podcast, and it dropped today. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I do encourage you guys to go check it out. I will leave you a link in the description right there. Highly Motivated. That's the new podcast. Still dialing in the audio and well, mainly just the audio, actually. Trying to record in my studio with multiple people is proving to be a challenge, but we are getting through it nonetheless. So if you haven't seen the new episode, head on over there and do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. We are at 338 subscribers over there. So today's video was navigating a new legal cannabis industry. Highly Motivated episode 3. So go check that out. And let me know if you hit the subscribe button, because I want to hear from you. Also want to give a quick little update. I did ask the chat what you guys think. If I could pose the question to you, if we were to bring back plants on this channel, what would you say about that? Now, I know many of you are like, yeah, let's do it. Or some of you are going to be like, well, P, you removed them because you weren't really sure. Well, the reality is that I have not had plants on this channel for almost 6 months. Actually, there's no plants on this channel whatsoever. If you go ahead and take a look, my wife and I have scrubbed this channel entirely clean of anything and everything that is what made it what it was. And it killed me to remove all the content, but we really didn't have a choice. I didn't have a choice. I'm afraid that having the content on my channel is going to lead to being worse than demonetized. I don't want to be deleted again. And I feel as if having that kind of content on your channel is proving to be, detrimental to the existence of any particular channel. So I decided I was going to remove plants. Well, over the last few months, I've been experimenting with content. You guys have watched, and I've been having so much fun. I've noticed, though, that regardless, without plants on my content or in my videos, I'm still getting age restricted. So it doesn't make... It must be this pretty face. So this pretty face ain't going anywhere. So I'm just going to double down. I do believe plants are going to come back to the channel. My last video was describing how to harvest a pound, and I did so just sitting here talking like this, and I guess that conversation was too hot for the masses. That video did get age restricted, so I was like, well, it's just me talking. And if just me talking is going to get age restricted, well, let's throw some plants in there too anyway. So I think what I'm going to do is... include plants a little more often in the channel. So I am currently growing 2 Dreadnought OGs by Zaza Genetics. Just a real quick boop. Oh, we got a live look here going on in the garden, ladies and gentlemen. 2 Zaza Genetics currently residing in 7-gallon pots. They are being fed exclusively Ventana Plant Science, and I am ecstatic at how well they are performing. So get used to it, ladies and gentlemen. You might just be seeing some good. So I never stopped growing. That's something that most people thought. That's not true at all. I never stopped. I never stopped, actually. It grew the entire time. So yeah. Stay tuned. I will be including plants in the future within the video. So Yep, stepping it up. But of course, none of that is possible if it wasn't for our sponsors, guys. You guys already know I've got the best equipment in the game in my tent. Shout out to Spider Farmer, man. Spider Farmer's been a sponsor of this channel for a number of years now, and I'm proud to rep them in my tent. They have got some of the best lighting for the best price, and they've got everything, man. They just recently released the G series. The G series is essentially the same design as their SE series, but they're not using Samsung diodes. They're using an American-made diode, which doesn't have the name, but can still grow incredible plants. The testing is off the charts for the efficacy. Dr. MJ Coco did a great video over on his channel in regards to testing the G series lights, and it worked out really well. So if you go to spiderfarmer.ca or spider-farmer.com, use promo code PIGEONS5, save a few dollars off at checkout, and thank them for being a sponsor of today's video. AC Infinity is also a sponsor of this channel. AC Infinity's got the best when it comes to air circulation, monitoring, smart equipment. I'm very honored to have them in the garden, honestly. Let's face it. Not only are they huge sponsors of From the Stash, they're also sponsors of Pigeons, and you know, I was able to dial my game in because I've got smart everything. So I got the controller, connects to my phone. I can dial in my clip-on fans. I can dial in my air circulation system just with the smart controller, the controller 69 Pro. Yeah, figure that out. Use promo code PIGEONS420 when you're shopping at acinfinity.com and save yourself a few dollars. And if you're on Instagram, go thank Spider Farmer Official and AC Infinity for being sponsors of the channel. Go follow them, man, because I'm telling you, I wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for them. More importantly, you guys, because I hadn't included any kind of plant content on my channel, I was keeping my Instagram up to date a little bit. So for those that didn't see the plant that I harvested, that's a 1 pound plant from all four corners full, and it was an incredible grow, and I was very thankful for it, and I was using all that equipment. So yeah, I even used a bowl trimmer on this one. Yeah, a bowl trimmer. Yeah, I did. I was skeptical at first, but it worked out pretty well. So if you want to see some up close videos, or at least some plant content, you can check that out over on my Instagram at pigeons420. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for hanging in here. I've got a hell of a show for you guys. If you'll notice, look at all the things we got to talk about, man. Lots to talk about. I'm not sure if you guys have heard about this or not, but in Canada, there's this huge scandal going on in regards to THC testing and the inflated numbers that are going along with it. This is well known, actually, I think, at this point, for people that grow their own. When dispensaries are claiming that they're getting 30+% THC, I call baloney. And so does independent testing. It turns out people are buying packages and then that are claiming to be 30%, and then they're getting them tested. And guess what? They're not coming out even close to what they're being claimed, of course. So yeah, there's that. I want to dive into that because that hit on Twitter a few weeks ago. I'm drinking Alexander Keith's. Happy Friday, everybody. Cheers to you guys. Not getting into my beer controversy today. Okay, I wanted to read this article because this is coming out of CBC first. There's a, wrong article. There we go. Inaccurate testing. So inaccurate THC levels in Canadian cannabis sparks concerns across the industry. Now, it's not just Canadian cannabis, because I have a feeling that America is suffering from the exact same problem. And I just want you to be a little bit cautious when you're buying a package that claims to be anything, for that matter. So a recent study conducted by Super Research and Development found many cannabis flower packages being sold in BC had inaccurately high THC percentages on their labels. On March 4th, the company's CEO Rob O'Brien revealed that 93% of the products the company tested in the province had over 15% less THC than what was advertised on the package. Okay, do you hear that? revealed that 93% of the products the company tested in the province had over 15% less THC than what was advertised on the package. This is, as this story broke, Twitter started to blow up, and more people started to share their experiences and their testing. 93% of 46 products tested. Well, I don't want to see the tweet. Were more than 15%. Oh, get out of here. Follow me on Twitter at Pigeons422, by the way. Were more than 15% less than, like, oh my good heavens. More than 1 gram packages. For 1 gram packages, it was worse. We tested 4 sets of 5 with the same number lot. Below is the data. Okay, so maybe I do want to see the tweet. So the size, 1 gram. The weight. Okay, so most of them, you can say that most of them came in at about the right weight. You know, if you're 0.96, 0.98, yeah, it sucks. It sucks. But I'd say that that's pretty close to a gram. I want to know the companies that are giving me the 1.04, you know? Or is there like a 1.1? No. So no one's giving away a whole lot of weed. But anyway, so the total THC was 136 milligrams per gram. The label said 241 grams per gram. So if I'm not mistaken, the total THC, that's 13% milligrams per gram. So that's 13.6%. The label said it was 24.1%. That's a deviation of 105 milligrams or 44%. That's incredible. That's incredible. So obviously it leads me to believe that there's a problem with the testing that's currently going on. And it's like, how do you fix it? Well, the number one way to fix it, in my opinion, would be to stop taking the highest level THC testing that you're getting. Because then I don't know. I don't know how these tests are coming about. I don't know how people are getting this wrong. But something is telling me that they're probably getting numbers, taking the highest number, and then running with it. Because I know, as a grower, that when you are taking your bud from the plant, some parts of that plant are far more mature than other parts of that plant, particularly the top over the bottom. You know, the top's going to be finished first, the bottom's going to kind of finish second. So generally, and you would expect the stuff at the very top to be a little more potent than the stuff at the bottom. I would recommend taking a test sample of all 3 spots. You got your bottom, your middle, your top. Whatever the top comes out as, if that's going to be put into distribution or into rotation, then it can be included in the weight size. But if you're going to take all your best flour out and use it for concentrate and then use your mids as your majority, you can't use that number at all. You can't use that number at all because you're not using that herb. So, and I'm a strong, I can almost guarantee that this product, they're just taking the highest, not even using the best flour for flour, and then selling the mids. So that's a problem. That's a problem. Chad Westport, good to see you, my friend. Says in the chat, many commercial facilities will roll buds in keef before sending it out for testing. Now, I don't know the statistics to that or the legitimacy, but I wouldn't doubt it. Now, I don't know how testing happens. Obviously, they take a portion of the plant off, smear it on a whatever those little glass things are called. I know it's got a name. And then they put it under a microscope, probably count the parts and so on and so forth. Or there's a machine that does it for you. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure what the answer is, but according to this, there is a massive deviation. Like, look at it, 40%, 45%. 45% is the most. And what was unfortunate here when I was reading this article or this tweet for the very first time, because like I said, there's so many tweets surrounding this now, so many examples of people finding their own product that's deviating from what it's being labeled as. the 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 problem that I would like to call out is that nobody is referring to the names of the companies that are getting this wrong. I think we should call those companies out. Call them out. Don't hide. Don't hide. We're not doing any good by not calling out the bad actors in the industry. I don't care who it is. I don't care if they're the one paying for the testing. I don't care if it's the one paying the bills. But we need higher regulation when it comes, or not higher regulation, higher scrutiny when it comes to people or bad actors that are not accurately, portraying the levels. How come none of the levels are lower? You know what I mean? How come someone doesn't have 15% and they're saying it's only 12%? And then they're getting it tested, and then, that's far more acceptable. That's far more acceptable. So I want you to be wary of when you're purchasing. I've always claimed that anyone who says any 30%, you're telling me 30% of that plant is trichomes? Come on, man. Of the 33% of that plant is trichomes? Like, it's THC? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. So it makes me call shade to even the whole idea of THC, CBD. There's so much. We all know, because many of us are growers. We all know there's so much more to this plant than what meets the eye and what's labeled on the package. We now see. This is why I suggest you tune into this week's episode of Highly Motivated, because I actually go toe to toe, if you will. Not really. I love it. He's a great guy. It was the first time I met him, but he was a great guy. Great guy. We kind of go toe to toe in regards to dispensary versus homegrown and the chase for quantity, yield, and ROI, money, let's save money, but let's get massive yields. But it's like, where the hell is the quality gone? But I pass the questions to you. I like to see terpenes being added to the bag, because more people are asking, more people want to know. I want to know, is this good or is it no good? And if we can start labeling things based on terpenes, well, then I can say, okay, you know what? I don't really like that heavy pine. That pinene, not really for me. Give that a little spice, and I'm like, the limonene with some. I'm not even sure what's the spicy terpene. We're gonna go through terpenes one of these days. But you start to realize what's for you and what's not for you, and not for me. I'm not. I don't really like the high the lemon, if you will. Not really big on it, but. You'll figure it out. But as time goes on, that companies are starting to put that information on the bag, and I think more and more people are going to be like, forget about the THC, because we all know you can get way more intoxicated or high or medicated or comfortable with a less THC than a high THC. I've had a 10, 12, 13% smack me in the face, whereas like a 24, 25, something like that, it's like meh. You know what I mean? So yep. Yeah, past question. Are you guys noticing more terpenes on the bag? There was a study. I want to move on to the next study that kind of gets us actually into another point of contention, and that's that most medical cannabis users aren't going the prescription route. And there's an article here by CBC that kind of goes over that, and this kind of makes sense to me. So, according to the article, CBC, state-funded media, but there's a lot of legitimacy in here. A new report led by the University of Manitoba suggests that the majority of Canadians who consume medical cannabis aren't being prescribed the drug, but rather are getting it through the recreational market, raising some health and safety concerns. In Canada, cannabis can be legally accessed recreationally or through a medicinal cannabis licensed seller with a medical authorization, similar to a prescription. Among people who use cannabis for medical needs rather than for prescription purposes, 2/3 of people use it for chronic pain, mental health, and sleep issues, the report said. Over half of the 5,700 Canadians surveyed for the study published on Tuesday obtained their cannabis without medical authorization. This raises real concerns around safety. I don't really think so. The people who consumed cannabis without a medical authorization were 20% less likely to speak or to seek information from a healthcare professional, and 16% were more likely to rely on unqualified sources of information, including social media and staff at the recreational cannabis store, the study found. As a medical patient, I actually understand this. When I first got my prescription, I followed every route. I had to pay an astronomical amount of money. It was $500 for a prescription. I had to meet with my doctor online. They had to give me, or ask me the 1-2, how long have you been using? What are you using it for? Anyways, it was actually fairly easy, but it was incredibly expensive. And the process only worked if you had access to a doctor that was willing to prescribe it, or if you had the money to pay for the prescription. Way too much money. $500 for a prescription is ridiculous. You're talking to a Canadian here, and if I needed a prescription or see a doctor for anything else, it would cost me $0. That's the reality here. Health insurance, baby. And so the only difference was I was going in there to get weed. I was getting cannabis, a prescription. So it was $500. So it makes total sense to me that somebody would not go through. Actually, mine now is free, East Coast grower, and I would love to send out the information of the clinic that does it too privately, but I won't do it online. I got it free now. But anyways, so needless to say, it makes sense that there's a lot of people that can't afford that. They can't afford access to that. So they're not going to take that route. You can't get access to a doctor, so they're not going to even go see one. So of course they're going to find it illegitimately. Now, let's say they did get the prescription, and let's say they did go through all the hoops to get the paperwork and so on and so forth. Then you have to find a producer. Well, you're getting herb from a producer that, I don't have to go through the horror stories of how these mass producers have botched every opportunity to grow great herb. They've broken a number of laws. Now, I'm not referring to all of them, but I'm referring to a number of big ones. They cut corners, and I'm not a huge fan of the concept of irradiation. Irradiated weed, even though some people think that it's nothing, and vegetables and fruit get irradiated. So what's the difference with herb? I don't smoke my fruits and vegetables, friends. I smoke my medication, and it needs to come nowhere near radiation. But radiation comes from the sun. Keep my weed out of the sun, for fuck's sakes. Okay? I don't care about the arguments. No one knows what long-term irradiation is. Don't even get me started, okay? Because a lot of people have very poor arguments about, it's just irradiation. It's no big deal. Smoke and let me know. Smoke it and let me know. Anyways, I digress. This isn't a hill I'm willing to die on this episode. But needless to say, if you want to see my irradiated weed video, go check it out on my channel, on under the videos. But this is why it makes sense to me that people are going to be a little bit shady when it comes to mass producers providing them their product. When I was getting my product a few years ago, I had someone come to me, when I had ordered my product, I went to the company because I had no idea what the heck I was trying to order. All the names were made up things like, oh God, I can't even think of them because they were just made up. And I was like, how come you guys changed all the names? Why did you take Gorilla Glue or whatever and change it to Susie Q or something? Like literally changed it down, and they're like, well, we want to make sure that like even the grandmas are attracted to the herb. We don't want to scare them away with the green cracks and I'm like, yeah, but this is what it is, though. This is what it is. So changing the name just completely just scrubs any lineage, any history, any way of identifying anything. So why would you do that? So again, I understand why people would be a little leery, a little cautious when it comes to getting their stuff from a mass producer. So needless to say, studies suggesting that people aren't trusting, and I get it. I get it. Now, I'm not saying that all are bad. As I mentioned, there is good herb on the shelf, okay? Not all producers, not all farmers, cultivators follow the same processes, So you can't judge all dispensary herb the same. It's just the big names. The big names. Almost all of them. Almost all of them are... I digress. So, needless to say, I pose the question to you, as I always do. I always want to know, what do you think in regards to medicinal herb? People ask me, they said, well, now that it's legal, will you still maintain a medicinal license? I said, yeah, of course I will. Because A, it provides me the ability to travel, and I can have it in my car, and I can consume it almost anywhere, and I can get it at a price, or I can grow it my own. That's the big one. Sorry, I can grow it on my own. In my entire province, nobody can grow recreationally. They can across my country, but not in my province. And so having a medicinal license allows me to be able to grow my own. And it's just like, thank goodness, because if I couldn't, OMG, would I be in debt. OMG. And I feel sorry for all those people that have to go to a dispensary or order it online, even though, I read on the internet that getting it online is way better and cheaper. I read it on the internet. It's on Wikipedia. Get out of here. Rather than going to a dispensary. Now that's a legacy market, not a legal market. So I didn't condone it. Guys, could you imagine hearing about an illegal pot lab investigation continuing after a extraction lab was found? Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, extraction cannabis lab. Illegal pot lab. Legal pot lab, they said. I got this also from CBC. Pot news is crazy in Canada right now. I'm telling you, pot news is crazy in Canada. I gotta bring my comments back. Boom. The London police have called in reinforcements from other jurisdictions to help investigate and dismantle a suspected pot lab inside a residential home owned by a numbered company in southwest London. The police presence increased between Tuesday and Wednesday night, with officers in hazmat suits arriving at the posh residence home on Commissioner Road, east-west of Wellington Street. The hazardous materials and equipment that was inside of the home led investigators to believe that there is a large, complex cannabis extraction lab located at this residence, said Constable Sadasha Boof. I don't know. Police first responded to the home after a disturbance call. When our officers arrived, they said they saw potentially hazardous materials and equipment. They probably saw grow lights. They probably... what kind of extraction lab do you think it was? Do you think it was like BHO, or do you think they just saw like a bunch of presses? Oh my gosh, we've got a mass amount of presses here, guys. This is not good. This is not good. Explosions spark warning from police about dangers of cannabis extraction labs. Watch, it exploded after the police were in there, right? How long ago is this? May 5th from 2019. It's not even nudes. That's enough. Get out of here. That's not even nudes. Now, here's a story I can get behind, guys. Could you imagine lawmakers pushing for congressional action towards veterans and psychedelics? Well, boom. Apparently it's happening, and it's pretty damn awesome. I'm on Marijuana Moment, and they're suggesting that bipartisan congressional lawmakers push for psychedelic studies for active duty military members. I know the stories, guys. Come on. I read them all before I get going. Bipartisan congressional lawmakers are at 75 years of reporting experience. I identify as a fact-telling reporter. Okay? Ask my colleague, Rob. Okay? Bipartisan congressional lawmakers are asking leaderships to instruct federal health agencies to include active duty military service members in psychedelic studies. In a letter led by Republican Dan Crenshaw, Republican from Texas, to House Appropriations Subcommittee leaders, the lawmakers said the language should be added to upcoming spending legislation for the 24 fiscal year, directing the National Institutes on Health, to be inclusive of military members in ongoing research into the therapeutic benefits of substances like MDMA. As the largest public founder of biomedical research in the world, this directive of the NIH, which was the National Institute of Health, would expand government-wide efforts to understand the potential risks and benefits of psychedelic-assisted therapy to this critical population, the 11 lawmakers wrote. This is fucking awesome, man. This is really great to hear, and I'm glad to see it's being led by Crenshaw. He's hit the news back when he hit the news first when he was made fun of on Saturday Night Live for only having one eye. I remember it was Pete Davidson, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, he's made quite a name for himself since. And to be quite honest with you, with a bill like this or a letter like this, even just the approach gets a little more respect in my books. I was gonna say forget about veterans, but no, veterans and active duty members are very critical. They're, as I said in the article, they're a very fragile population. We need to take care of them. We need to not only assist them when they're on duty, but we need to be able to take care of them when they're back home and off duty. And quite honestly, I think research into psychedelic medicines is an awesome way to really try to address some of the emotional, the mental injuries that soldiers face either in battle or after coming home, man. As someone, the military is very close to me. I am a military brat. The people that raised me were military. I lived on military bases my whole life, going west of my location. And I get it. I see what active duty does to soldiers. I see what active duty does to their spouses. And I know what active duty does to their children. And so having access to more medical options is absolutely imperative to ensuring that we take care of these people that put so much on the line for us, man. And just having more options of medication, I think, is the least that we can do. So I'm very excited to hear about that. Very, very excited to hear about that. So, man, bird speed. I really wish the best for that one. The NBA, if you guys recall, to move on, the NBA, I can't tie in psychedelics to the NBA just yet until we're playing. Like, could you imagine doing the NBA on mushrooms? Woo! I would not condone that. Anyways, the NBA has voted in favor of allowing participants, their athletes, to no longer have to test for THC. The commissioner kind of alluded that the policy that they implemented in 2020 could very well become permanent, and they will no longer test for cannabis. Fucking awesome. There's more though. NBA will let players invest in the industry. NBA players will be able to invest in the industry and promote cannabis brands under the new union deal. This is pretty sweet. Now, of course, it's CBD, so brace yourselves. We're going to see a mass influx of CBD pillowcases and CBD basketball shoes and CBD socks and CBD headbands and CBD. Okay, but who knows? Who knows? The National Basketball Association isn't just reportedly removing cannabis from its banned substance list for players. It's also planning to let those players promote and invest in cannabis companies. That's the latest detail that surfaced in reporting on the new 7-year collective bargaining agreement that came together over the weekend, which is also expected to remove drug testing requirements for cannabis. Pretty damn awesome. Pretty damn awesome. What a day we live. What a day we live. So shout out to the NBA. About dang time. I'm pretty sure I'm not sure. There's already a few. Like, I know NBA or the NFL is making movements to no longer test, and They actually are looking to invest millions of dollars to test the effects of cannabis on their athletes and their injuries, which is pretty damn awesome. Weed bribes. Man, are you in Michigan? Are you guys in Michigan? This ain't good. Former Michigan House Speaker charged with accepting bribes for cannabis licenses. Like, damn, son. Damn. Like, you didn't think you were going to get caught? All 4 defendants signed plea deals admitting guilt to the charges. Rick Johnson, a former Republican Michigan House Speaker turned cannabis regulator. Oh, let's go. Thank you for the subscription on YouTube. I'd call out your name. Oh, it's Randy. Thank you. You're hidden behind there. Whoop. There we go. Thank you for the sub. House Speaker turned cannabis regulator received more than $110,000 in bribes in exchange for supporting companies seeking medical cannabis licenses, alleges a federal charging document filed in district court Thursday. Johnson was charged alongside 3 defendants. John Dalley, a business owner, charged with paying bribes, and Brian Pierce and Vincent Brown, lobbyists charged with conspiracy to commit bribery. As I mentioned, all 4 defendants signed plea deals admitting guilt to the charges. Sucks to be you. Sucks to be you. Sorry, this is news that matters most. That sucks, man. Yeah, that sucks. That seems cheap. Yeah. Busted for $110,000 in bribes. Could got busted for more, I guess. Sucks to be you, man. Don't take bribes and get caught. I'm just kidding. Don't take bribes. Next one. Beer companies. This is one that I should have actually done a short for. Not to say that I haven't actually done a short for or won't do a short for, but I need to do a short for. It's almost like a song. If you haven't already, guys, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Do me a favor. I appreciate you guys watching. You guys already know what it is. Thank you guys for tuning in. These are the Friday nudes shows. Every second Friday. Please mark it in your calendars. This is a regular show. I think this is nudes that's important. I think it matters. And just because, we can't talk about it on mainstream media platforms doesn't mean I won't. Boom! Down comes the whole thing, hey? Appreciate you guys tuning in. Believe it or not, major alcohol association executives urge the industry to support efforts to legalize marijuana. Okay? The top executives of major alcohol associations are rallying industry stakeholders to support its new policy backing federal cannabis legalization. Both the chairman and the CEO of Wine and Spirits Wholesalers of America discussed the cannabis reform position with representatives of each 3 tiers of alcohol industry at the association's annual event Access Live this week. We believe that the successful state-based regulatory model for alcohol, which has served America's consumers and our industry so well, should be a part of this discussion when it comes to marijuana. WSWA Chairman Tom Cole said, I call upon my industry colleagues to support our efforts and to lend our voice and experience to the conversations happening on Capitol Hill. Pretty damn exciting. Now, granted, there obviously has to be some kind of financial incentive for. Now, again, this is my opinion. There has to be some kind of financial incentive for the companies to go this way on this matter, because it's kind of well known that smokers don't drink that much. So I'm kind of curious who's in their back pocket. We already know that alcohol is starting to heavily invest in cannabis. Constellation Brands, which is one of the brands that owns like Corona and a lot of wine brands, purchased Canopy Growth, or didn't purchase, but invested about $5 billion in 2019. So we already know that they're heavily invested in the industry. So there is going to be some kind of financial incentive. So yeah, it makes no sense, or it makes a lot of sense to me that they're actually pushing this route when, I could ask myself why, but I get it. I get it. But I pose the question to you. I do this with everything, whether it's the first story, this story, or the last story. I really, really, really want to hear from you guys because, of course, it's an echo chamber over here. I'm in my studio. I'm by myself with my beautiful Pigeons 420 rug and my old school weights because I'm trying to get a little bit thicker so I don't blow away in the wind. I don't hear everybody's input. And when people can bring up their opinions, I can listen to them. I watch these back so that I can read the comments, and I appreciate you guys. It opens up my eyes. So, yeah. Is Dylan Mulvaney going to get a bonk? Not mine, Chuck. In other news, here's one for you. Arkansas House passes a bill to protect medical cannabis patients' rights to carry concealed weapons. This is pretty big. The Arkansas House of Representatives has passed a bill to clarify that medical marijuana patients can obtain concealed carrying licenses for firearms, sending it to the Senate for consideration. Days after moving through the House Judiciary Committee, the legislation from Republican Aaron Pilkington passed the full chamber in an 82-5 vote on Tuesday. I am a Canadian, so take my opinion for what you will on an American's Second Amendment, right? I believe all Americans have the right to the Second Amendment. That should also be for medical cannabis patients. I'm not going to get too much into my opinion on the Second Amendment because I have one, and it is what it is. I don't think just because you smoke weed it makes you a bad person. So it is what it is. So it is good to see that cannabis consumption, particularly for medicinal patients, is not having a direct effect on your ability to exercise your right to the Second Amendment. So, yeah. Good stuff. Good to hear. And any movement for the cannabis community is a good movement, in my opinion, because we want to see this, man. We want to see movement. We're not always going to agree with the movement, but it is important that we see the movement moving in the right direction and appreciate it for what it's worth, man. Weed in a suitcase. Okay, this is kind of stupid. But I kind of wanted to cover it because maybe we could save someone else from being stupid. This is so dumb, guys. I didn't even want to cover it, how stupid it is, but I wanted to because it literally just happened 2 days ago, and I was like, Jesus, man, nah. Stupid. Clumsy Canadian couldn't open his suitcase, so they broke into it and found 33 kilos of weed. This idiot goes to the airport with 33 kilos of weed. He's going from Britain. He's going from Toronto to Birmingham, England. And essentially, the UK border forces asked him about his suitcase when he stopped at customs before leaving. According to the National Crime Agencies, Alban Jaski J said his luggage contained only clothes belonging to himself and his sister, who was planning to visit Slough just outside London. When asked to open them for inspection, he told officers he didn't know the combination code because they were his sister's locks. He said he sent them a message, but she did not reply. Border agents cut the locks off and opened them. Inside, he found 2 T-shirts and vacuum-sealed plastic bags. Each packaged with 10 smaller bags, also wrapped in plastic. When asked what was in the plastic, he admitted it was weed. This time, he was telling the truth. Laboratory tests. Yeah. Confirmed 33 kilos of cannabis buds. British police estimated a street value of £300,000, which is equivalent to $500,000. Oh my God, they evaluate. They not evaluate. They inflate those numbers so much. How many pounds are in a kilo? Hey Siri, how many pounds are in a kilogram?
1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds.
And what, a pound is worth $3,000? And not anymore, like it was. Right? $3,500? Anyone want to confirm or deny my pricing? Back in the day, I'll give it the best. I'll give it like the best case scenario. $3,500. 2.2. That's what she told me too. So laboratory results. Yeah. So I'm thinking 30. It was like 35. We'll say $3,000 for a pound, if I'm not mistaken. So 3,000 times 2 is 6,000. 6,000 times 33. 2.2 is 66 pounds. It's about 70 pounds. That's what I'm going to say. Oh, wait. She could have done the math for me. Hey, Siri. How many pounds is 33 kilos?
33 kilograms is
72 pounds. God, my math is impeccable. 72.75 pounds. So, hey, Siri. What?
I'm afraid I couldn't find anything about
I'm asking
that.
her too many questions. Hey, Siri. Hey, Siri. What's 3,500 times 72?
The answer is 252,000.
252,000. And that's old school pricing. You can get a pound for way cheaper now. Way half that price, bro. Please. This is what I hate about I hate news. I hate the law enforcement when they do this. It's like who's paying? I want to know who's paying $500,000 for 33 kilos. That's the real story here. That's the real story. Don't be stupid, all right? God dang. Don't fly weed across the... Like, come on, man. Oh, but I wanted to cover it because stupid it is as stupid does. You know what I mean? Stupid is as stupid does. And I covered the firearm one already. Wow, look at me. Wow, I'm on top of my game, baby. It's been a long time since we sat and chilled here on YouTube, though. I just, with any story, whether it's that one or anything in between, I want to know what you guys have to say. I've been busted with weed. I will admit I've been busted with weed, but not 33 kilograms of weed. It was like a half ounce of weed, and I got pulled over, and I had it in my breast pocket. But what got me caught was that I had actually forged my ID because I needed to get into the bar, and it needed to be valid. So I changed the 5 because it went invalid in 2005, and I changed that 5 to an 8. So I changed it so it didn't go invalid till 2008. Yeah. So then I got pulled over. And the cop asked for my license, and I totally didn't even... I knew I didn't have a license because I had a license, but then I got into an accident because I ran over someone. Not on purpose, but they were okay. It wasn't as bad as it sounds. I was driving with my hands on the pedals, and then like okay. It sounds really bad. It wasn't. These were my friends. I ran over my friends. Is that even worse? Oh my god. I'm full of stories. Jesus. So needless to say, I didn't lose my license. I just had to take a course when I was like 17, I think I was. And I was like, I don't need to take a course. I was like, oh, come on, man. And then, and so needless to say, I never did get my license renewed. And I couldn't get into the bar because it was an invalid license. And so so I gave it to him, and he's like, you have a forged identification. I was like, what? No, what? I was like, damn, you're right. He's like, can you step out of the car? I was like, yeah, I guess. I stepped out of the car, and he's like patting me down. He's like, what's this? I was like, I'm busted. He's like, you're busted. I was like, damn, it's weed, bro. It's weed, bro. So yeah. Anyways, always drive responsibly. So anyways, what I was trying to do is my friends were we were in a parking lot, and it was like this vacant parking lot, and we were messing around, and I can't remember what was going on, but we were messing around in the car, and I was like, I bet you I can drive, and it was a standard. I was like, I bet you I can drive with my hands. the pedals, like the clutch and the gas. And I wasn't even moving anywhere. We were just sitting in the parking lot, and the car was running. And it was in first, sitting on like this little like when you pull into a parking lot, sometimes you got to pull down and then pull up, and you kind of sit on like this angle. So you had to put it in first so that it didn't roll backwards. And so it was running, and of course I couldn't do the clutch and the pedal at the same time, so immediately stalled it out. But it like hopped. It was like, "Meh!" And then there was like one of our girlfriends, and then a guy sitting on the curb right in front of the car, and it hopped up on the curb, like on their lap, like it was like a Volkswagen Rabbit or something like that. It was like this tiny little car, and it like hopped up on their lap, and then rolled back, and they were like, "Ow, ow!" And the girl was like, "Oh, my leg!" And I was tripping balls. I was like, "Oh my God!" I was high on Lord knows what. And we're like, "We gotta go to the hospital. We gotta go to the hospital." So I was like, "We gotta go to the hospital. I gotta get you guys checked out." So they got in the car, and I drove, and we got like 3/4 of the way to the hospital, and all of a sudden there was so many vehicles. There was a police. It was a van. It was like a Dodge Caravan pulled up right beside me and then like cut me off. And I was like, "What the fuck?" Turned on his lights, and I slammed on my brakes, like his red and blues. And then all of a sudden, this Jeep, like this undercover Jeep, like a Jeep with a soft top roof and everything, lights going and everything, pulls up like right beside my door. And they get out screaming. They're like, "Get out of the vehicle! Get out of the vehicle!" And I'm just like, I'm like 18. I'm like really young. I don't even know how old I am. I'm probably younger than 18. No. Yeah, this is before I lost my license. So I would have been like 17, 16, 17 at this time. I'd never been pulled over like this in my life. They're like, "Get out of the vehicle! Get out of the vehicle!" And I was like, holy fuck. I was like, "I'm trying to take my friends to the hospital. I'm trying to take my friends to the hospital." And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "I'm trying to take my friends to the hospital." They're like, I'm out of the vehicle at this point. And they're like, "You know these guys?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, I fucking just ran into them, and I'm trying to take them to the hospital. They're like, "Oh, well, someone actually witnessed it, and they reported you for a hit and run, for hitting people and running." I was like, "Oh my God." So needless to say, they let me go. They let us go. We go to the hospital, and then they get checked out. There was nothing wrong with them. And I ended up getting a ticket. That was the ticket. I ended up getting a imprudent driving, I think it was called, imprudent driving ticket. This is like 17 years. This is like 18 years ago. So I ended up getting a ticket, and because of that ticket, I had to go and take a course about how to drive like an adult, pretty much. And I was like, "Fuck this!" I know how to drive. Needless to say, I should have taken the course. I didn't take the course. I didn't have my license, my driver's license. Allegedly, this is all stories I made up for the sake of Hollywood. I didn't have my license from 16 to 24, 25, 26, somewhere in there. But I drove every single day. Every single day. Allegedly. This is made up. The whole story is made up. Okay? Oh, it's unsafe. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. If someone else did it, I'd be like, "Oh, how dare you? Oh my God, you are not safe for the public. Good heavens, are you not thinking about other people?" Yeah, I'd do the same thing. 100%. It's what it's like being a 36-year-old adult, looking back at a 17-year-old life, being like, "What the fuck were you thinking, man? Wow. Yeah. Arrest this man." Yeah, man. If you think that's bad, I'm not even getting into we're not drinking together. All right? Because if you think that's bad, we ain't even drinking together, because, boy, I got more. I'm telling you right now, I was a little shit. I was a bad boy. Okay? All right? Yeah. I was headed this way, and then drugs took me this way, and then this way, and that way, and this way until I went, boo, and I hit rock bottom. And then when I hit rock bottom, I had nothing left. And then something happened to me. I met a girl, and this girl smiled at me, and she treated me like I'd never been treated before, and she loved me, and she loved me like I'd never been loved before. And that woman's my wife. And that's in a nutshell. That's pretty much. If it wasn't for my wife, man, I'd be dead. I'd be dead. There's no other way. There ain't no other way to put it, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, I've got a lot to owe to that woman, and I saved her too, according to her. So it was a match made in heaven. And everyone, no matter what you got going on in your life, I know I've got an audience that spreads between the ages of 22 to 75. So I know that we've got some young cats in the crowd. No matter what you got going on in your life, I don't care what it is, because let me tell you, if you think that was soft or that was bad, there's been a lot of dark alleys in my life, and there's been a lot of dark places, and I had to see some crazy shit, and I had to hit rock bottom, and I had to see no light to realize that life on this side is so much better, man. Life of sobriety, a life of being clean, of taking in what the sun and the life has to offer without really questioning my existence, which I still do. That's what mushrooms are for. But it's like, keep pushing, man. Don't give up. Don't give up. Problems of today are temporary. They're temporary. Well, most of your problems are temporary. Let's face it. You're going to be okay. And, man, I'm rooting for you. All right? I'm rooting for you. I'm an example of even the worstest of the worst. Now, I didn't hurt anybody, but I never took a life, you know what I'm saying? But, I was a little shit. I was a shit. So it's like, even the worst can pick themselves up and still make it out on the other side. I'm still trying to find the other side. Not as good as I'm gonna be, but I'm getting there, But as we come in on that 64 minutes, man, I appreciate you guys chilling, man. I would love to have a hoot though, but I'm really afraid. I would love to just have one, and then we could chill a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind chilling. If you guys didn't see the new podcast dropped today. New episode dropped today. And if you haven't seen it, I'll give you the link. I'm getting age restricted anyways. I showed plants, didn't I? How's that live feed going? Let's check in on that. Things looking fantastic over there, ladies and gentlemen. Things looking fantastic. What do you think? I'm not packing a bowl. Get out of here. You're packing a bowl. You should be packing a bowl. Who's packing a bowl? Are you packing a bowl? What? Dead Ops OG, ladies and gentlemen. Dead Ops OG. Yeah. Dead Ops OG by Zaza Genetics, man. Pigeons, my mod status is gone. Oh my god. Why? Why? I don't know why, Mr. Gras. I didn't change it, bro. Thank you for everybody that hit that subscribe button. If you wouldn't mind, if you hit the subscribe button over on Highly Motivated right now, let me know. Let me know. If you hit that subscribe button on this video, let me know. Let me know. I want to give you a shout out. Because now we are at 340. 6 of you hit the subscribe button, and nobody said anything. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Drusilla, I ain't going anywhere yet. What time is it for you pigeons over there? It is approximately 15:01. Show us that you smoke machine shaped like a bong. Yeah. It's never far. I just slammed it. I subbed to the podcast. Let's go. Just slammed both. Thank you, Laszlo. Thank you, WB Growers. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. You guys want to hear? You guys want a YouTube exclusive? This never happens. Because first of all, let's put it this way: how long are we into this? 66 minutes. Nobody's watching this long into this video. Let's face it. So I can say anything I want right now. I got a new project coming. A new project coming around the bend. Okay. I got a new project coming. All right. I really, really want to share it with you, but I cannot yet because if I share it with you right now, I'll build up too much anxiety and I won't do it. 83 of us are. Yeah, but it's live. It's different. It's different. You guys are homies. You know what I'm saying? You guys are the real ones. I got a new project coming, and this is totally left field of what I've been doing. Okay? And I'm going to need a lot of support. All right? I'm going to need as much support as possible. So if you guys wouldn't mind, you know who's going to hear about it first? Patreon. But not everybody's going to join my Patreon. I get that. Pigeons420. Twitch. If you go over to twitch.tv/pigeons420, I'll share a link here. For those that are interested, if you want to see old videos of Pigeons420, okay? All the old stuff that you can't see anymore for as little as $2 a month, American. You can come and see old videos and check things out. I got to update my tiers because I didn't add my old videos back in there on the tiers, but all my old videos from YouTube are on my Patreon, so please go check that out. But my Twitch, guys, I stream every single day. Okay, on Twitch. I will be sharing all the latest information over there when it comes to these projects. This is one that I'm really excited for, and I can't wait. I really can't wait. So, stay tuned. Okay. Thank you for being attention to what's going on in society with this wonderful plant. Keep up the wonderful work. Thank you. D18 Well Death, thank you very much. Cam Z, wow, lied, I'm here. Long time, Cam, good to see you. Almost at 100K. Jimpy, good to see you too, my friend. Almost at 100K. Yeah, it's slow goings over. It's slow goings over here, I'm telling you. Today we are at 98,670. Yeah, it's slow going. It goes up and down and up and down and up and down. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Reading comments. Don't read comments before it's too late. Don't read comments. But we're at 98,670. Yo, what's up, Matt? Good to see you, my friend. I got the Truffaloha, and truffle treats from Bee Leaf in Veg. Oh, man. I've never heard of those, but they sound fantastic. I'm going to be going heavy on my Zazas, my Dead Apps OG. I filled the tent with a pound before with one plant. I'm hoping to go well over a pound with two plants. So we'll see. I'm going to pack them jam tight inside that 4x4. And it's going to take a little bit of work. I'm going to put a screen in there right away. Probably this weekend, actually. I'm going to put a screen in there. And that'll give me the opportunity to tuck and weave. You going live on Sunday? Double checking? Yep, I'll be live on Twitch, twitch.tv/pigeons420. Yeah, we live every week. We do wake and bakes over there as well. Oh, what's that? Yeah, let me check on that right now. Yeah, sure. What did I say? Sounds important. Yeah, that's my assistant over there. Yeah, I just had to check in on something. She had to show me some designs. All right, there's a fire. Oh shit, it's coming out. You gonna ever show plans again or more talking vids? Steve B, you're clearly just tuning in. I went over this already. Yeah, I do believe I'm going to be I would, first of all, they'd be far. I would describe them as more than just talking vids, but yeah, I do believe I will be bringing plants back over the course of the last few months. I've been doing some experimentation, and yeah, I've seen my views go up because not all of my videos get age restricted. However, I am still getting age restricted, so yeah, it makes me kind of wonder. It's like I don't think I should miss out. I'm having a hell of a time, having a great time growing these plants, and there's no reason why I shouldn't bring you guys with me. So if I'm gonna get age restricted, I'm gonna get age restricted. May as well run it anyways. So, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, it was a fog machine. Is that what that was? Yeah. Can we keep the fog over there? I'm running a show over here. Thank you. Yeah. Anyways, trying to run a show. Just get more sponsor revenue. It's not about the money though, man. Equals out in the end. No. There is like that's a massive misconception that we don't show weed on our plants for the money. I make just as much money showing plants on my video or not showing plants on my video because we have wonderful sponsors and they take care of this community regardless of whether or not YouTube does. YouTube does not pay ad revenue, so that's the difference. And sponsors come and go. There is like whether there's weed in it or not, it's the views. Like I don't I do this every now and again, but it's like I don't need to. The evidence is clear. I put out a video. What was this? 4 days ago? 8 days ago. Has 6,600 views. No, that's not a lot, but for my channel, at the current, and it's age restricted. Like it's age restricted. 6,600 views and it's age restricted. 5,700 views. Like these aren't huge videos. I get it, but these are numbers that I'm proud of. 10,000, 5,000, 8,000, 6,000, 9,000, 3,500. That's a live stream. 6,000. These are numbers that I'm very proud of. These were not numbers I was getting showing garden videos every week. The thing is that, excuse me, a lot of people are like, oh, show us the plants, pigeons. Those plant videos were getting 1,400 views. Like 1,400 views. That is 3 times less than the majority of the smallest ones I'm getting, Like that's painful. So it's like all the people that were asking for plant videos weren't even getting them anyways. So it's like it's so counterproductive, to do it over and over again. Anyways, there's just a massive misunderstanding, it's like, just put weed in your videos. All right. Okay. So I will work on a project for a few hours to know that it's going to just be thrown in a box and with a lid on it. And only a few people are going to see it. Versus something where I could just sit like this and be like, hi, how to harvest a lot of weed. First tip, good genetics. Next tip, good lights. The next tip, good environment. The next tip, work hard. Thank you for tuning in. That video will get 20,000 views. I can guarantee it. Right there. Boom. I'll label it how to harvest the most amount of weed in 4 tips. That video will be number 1, 100,000 views. Guarantee it. The video took me 45 seconds to make. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is painful. Yeah, I could do that. I could put that on rinse and repeat over and 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 over again. But I don't want to do that. I have found a lot of joy out of doing research and putting edits together and, working voiceovers and using clips and editing, and that's so fun. It's almost like it's art. It's almost like you can express yourself that way. I love making people laugh, So it's like, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so when I say that, yeah, I'm gonna bring plants back, I've got to do it in such a way that it's like I still want an audience. I still want an audience though. So if I'm bringing plants back, that means I have to double up my content. So there's still going to be quote unquote a talking video and a plant video. You know what I mean? Because I still want to talk to my audience. You know. For in retro, like, or in comparison, Rob, shout out to CLTV. CLTV put out a video yesterday. It was just them in the garden at Franklin Fields. 2 comments back to back were, "We miss your content." They put out videos every week. And the 2 comments back to back were, "We miss your content." Their content is there. It hasn't gone anywhere. It's just that it doesn't get sent out. So anyways, I don't want to complain. I don't want to bitch. I'm in a very fortunate position. I'll take my 1,400 views. I did a short yesterday called NBA would remove THC drug testing. It did the worst. It's the worst short I've ever posted, actually. It only has 689 views. And you know what? I don't care. I'm happy. Not all news is exciting. You know, and I'm okay. I'm okay with that. But I like doing that. It didn't get age restricted. It was just me doing me. And it's okay. It's okay. I like that. So even me doing me sometimes just doesn't hit. But that's okay. Because I'm having fun. And I'm happy. And then my family's healthy. And I got a great community. You know what I mean? So. Steal your hat and fly home. Or because they didn't think they was testing anyway. Maybe. Yep, maybe. I don't know what it is. You know, I don't know what it is. But I just, yeah. I just, over the course of the last few months, I've had a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun making all kinds of content. You know what I mean? All kinds of content. You know, that Stoner Cop video? The video where I was in the Dr. Phil show? Like, man, that stuff's awesome, man. I love doing that. You know? So, yeah, we'll see. Shorts suck. Subscribers don't watch them. And you know what? It's funny. You're right. They do post as regular videos, but generally speaking, shorts are not great for retention of viewerships or of subscribers. To build a community, it's funny, but like you have to treat social media like a funnel, because you have to treat social media like a funnel. You have to, if you're going to, you have to, right now, shorts, reels, all of that is meta. You have to do that. Shorts, you get people through shorts to get to your longer content, to get to your long form content, like your live streams. So it is a progression, and you have to do all of them to build an audience. And to build a channel and to be successful in social media. But to build a community, it's like the ones that follow all the way down, the ones that actually come hang out in live streams like this, have conversations, that's the community. This is our community. And you guys have all come from shorter form content. And it's amazing. It's amazing. And I'm glad you guys all made it. I'm very happy with this community. I'm very thankful. You guys have powered me through everything that I've done, and I mean it when I say that you guys are a huge factor on the things that I take on, and yeah, how I do them. So yeah, plants are nice, but I enjoy the chats and informative topics. I appreciate that, Tony. Should I cut bigger colas into smaller buds when trimming into a jar? Yes. Videsh? Yep. I try to trim my colas up as small as possible, to be totally honest with you. Yeah. The cannabis community is awesome. It is. Yep, it is. It is. But yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way. And that's why I thank you guys for tuning into the Highly Motivated podcast, because I know the audio is still I know, guys, I know. Fuck. It's I love this studio, but God, recording a podcast in here has definitely been. I've been learning a lot. It is not easy. I did not realize, especially when you have. It's one thing if it was just me, but when you have 2, 3, 4 people, it changes it so much. I can THC, my brother. Mad love, P. Just wanted to say hi, man. Good to see you, bro. Much love. Thanks for swinging by, man. If you guys haven't already, go follow that guy, man. I can THC. Great guy. Great content. I know you'll love it. Your expectations are high. It sounds good on my end. WB Grower, I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm still trying to get it. I enjoy these streams, both here and on Twitch. You're good people, Brother P and Flock. Thank you, East Coast. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Highly motivated. New episode dropped this morning. If you wouldn't mind hitting the subscribe button. We're already at 340 subscribers. So we did go up 6. Who's going to be our 341st subscriber? I want to know. I bet you a lot of you guys in here aren't even subscribed to the YouTube channel. I believe it. Over 75-80% of our viewerships are from non-subscribed people. Norma, you're subbed. I know it. I know. Yeah, thank you for that. And who's my 341? Norma, was that you? Was that you, 341? Thank you. What was I gonna say? Yeah. So we're gonna be sitting down with a grower that focuses solely on land races. The company, if you watch today's episode, the company that John works for, they only grow land races, which is freaking awesome. Hell yeah, Norma. Thank you. P, I got you on this and my personal brother. Let's go, Matt. Thank you, man. Are you 42 and 3? Thank you, bro. That is. I thank you. 342. Let's go. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for the subs, man. I do have another project coming, and you know what? Actually, what day is it? Friday. Great day for drinking. I am going to release my project tonight. Yep. I'm working on another project. You guys can probably guess what it is. But I will tell you in full. And I will give you the link tonight. Okay. Thank you for 343 subscribers on Highly Motivated. Thank you guys so much. Somebody commented on that channel. I don't think you guys, this is what caught my attention. Somebody commented, you guys picked a horrible name for the show. I don't think it was the best name or something. It wasn't that bad. It was I did a Google search and couldn't find you. Bro, if you search Highly Motivated on YouTube, you won't find it. You won't find it. Of course not. It's a brand new channel. But that doesn't mean that we won't dominate the search field, okay? It just means it's highly searched. We will be number 1, okay? I will be number 1. Tonight on Twitch. The Juicy Secret tonight on Twitch. Twitch.tv/pigeons420. Yep. Come check it out. Actually, I got a link. Here, right here. That way, if you links to the key, you can just hit the subscribe button over there. It's like the follow button, if you will, or it's the follow button. Sorry, you can hit the follow button over there. Not subscribe, follow. I do a lot of role playing over there too, though, so it'll be a little bit different. Perfect name, Highly Motivated. That's what I thought, and that's what we thought. That's what Chris and I both thought. Yo, Big Red will be there. Let's go. So, ladies and gentlemen, I should really get out of here. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. It's a beautiful, beautiful Friday afternoon. It's 3:30. The sun is shining. And I'm almost certain it is. What's the weather? I'm going to see. Oh, it's -3 degrees outside. Let's go. Let's go. Been subscribed to your YouTube for years, man. Dead man. I've seen you forever, man. It's great to have you here. Appreciate it. 422. Let's go. 422. What's 422? Oh, what's 422? 343. Let's go. So yes, needless to say, it's going to be a beautiful day. I think I'm going to get outside, maybe go move some snow. I'm going to go throw the snow from the front yard into the driveway and onto the street so it melts faster, and then I can start doing yard work. I'm that kind of guy. Okay? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed these episodes. Please know that they're going to be live every second Friday. Okay? As long as I'm here, as long as I'm able, we're going live and we're going to talk about weed. Okay? No one's going to shut us down. YouTube might shut us down, but then we'll go somewhere else. I have a website, if you guys didn't know. I should actually just share it. Thepigeonscoop.com, baby. Thepigeonscoop.com. Okay? Come on over. Come on over. Come on over. Those are the words that I know. Come on over. To thepigeonscoop.com. That's my website. Still working to piece it all together and make it all have always important information on it. But that's where you can go and just keep up to date with everything, okay? Leave your email address if you want to keep up to date with everything that is Pigeons 420. Don't forget, I do go live every single day, twitch.tv/pigeons420. You can follow all of my goofiness over on Instagram, pigeons420. No spaces, no underscores, nothing, because I've got imposters out there that are trying to take my name, baby. They're trying to take my name. They're trying to sell you stuff. They're gonna take your money, and they ain't gonna give you nothing. I can guarantee it. So remember that. Pigeons420, no spaces, nothing. Pigeons420 on Instagram. I'm on Twitter as well. You can @ me if you disagree or agree with anything we've talked about today. I would love to hear from you. Guys, that's all the time I have. I appreciate you guys for watching. Much love. And until next time, have a great weekend. All right? Cannabis Kev, see you, man. Have a great Easter. Weedaholic, Ryan, WB Grows, I Can THC. Booyah. Take care, brother. It was great seeing you, man. East Coast, D-Squad, Jason, Eddie Munster. Good to see you, friend. Long time. Are you the real Pigeons? I am. Are you the real Eddie Munster? Come back. We miss you. El Chapo, good to see you, brother. Norma Jean, take care, sis. Appreciate you, Mark. Have a great day, Matt. We'll see you on Sunday. B Lane, Mark, take care, bro. We're out of here. Take care, my friends. I love you. I appreciate you, and I'll see you soon.